Dr. Raghunathan?
Doctor, yes.
Or Shyam, yes.
Hi, my name is Shyam Raghunathan. I'm here representing Micron today. I head the Micron India Research Center. I recently moved back to India to take up this responsibility. The Micron India Research Center is a new initiative of Micron where we are looking to enhance research activities both within Micron in India as well as collaborations with universities, collaborative projects, research projects with universities. So I've been going through the Indian ecosystem in the last couple of months. I'm actually a BITS Pilani alumnus myself. I graduated. I did my
Nice to know
bachelor's
it,
in.
Shyam.
I did my bachelor's in electrical engineering in 2004. I worked with Dr. Chandrasekhar, who I see is online, for a project during my bachelor's, and I did my PhD under Professor Krishna Saraswat at Stanford, who's also a BITSian. So I have a very close connection with BITS. So that's coming back to what I've been noticing in the last couple of months as I get to know the Indian ecosystem is that there are a lot of semiconductor research centers coming up. Like there is the CEMIX in IIT Bombay, and there are a couple of others. There are several others in many other universities that are trying to do this. And it's not exactly clear to me how BITS Pilani or the CREST is differentiating itself from the rest. Is there a particular niche that BITS Pilani is focusing on, or is there a particular area that it's going more in depth compared to the other semiconductor research centers? So if you think about companies like Micron that are involved in funding some of these research and collaborative activities, they obviously receive proposals from all of these different centers. And I think it helps to know how CREST is actually different compared to the rest of the centers. I think some introduction or some level of summary of that, and how do you plan to differentiate yourself in the future? That will kind of help the companies make better choices or make more informed choices in terms of their funding directions. Right now, I think it's mostly based on a hiring pipeline. But to go beyond that and to think about, okay, there is this particular photonics is covered, in much more detail in BITS Pilani, and that's very important to us. So we'll focus on that. So if there is some kind of niche, I think that helps stand out better. So that would be good if you could, in a future update, clarify what is the niche that BITS Pilani, how does it stand out? And maybe you have done it in the past. This is the first meeting I'm joining, so I'm not exactly clear about that, but that would be something that would be good to know. The second thing is I would reinforce what Dr. Ranbir Singh mentioned about equipment. I think equipment has a lot of geopolitical situation to it as well, and there might be situations where in the future we may not have the right access to equipment. So I think from a national security point of view, it's also very important to do development on equipment, and also from the point of view of less expensive equipment. Because of the monopoly of a few manufacturers, the equipments are very expensive. So it makes sense for a country like India to come up with lower cost alternatives. So I think focusing not only on manufacturing, but focusing on actually not only the technology development, but focusing on the equipment development, I think is a very important point that Dr. Ranbir Singh brought up, and I would strongly second that. And then the third point is something I think ultimately all the research and the activities are not going to be determined purely by the facilities, but by faculty. So I wonder, being a private institute, does BITS Pilani have any additional flexibility in attracting high quality faculty from all over the world, visiting faculty or permanent faculty, and that can really upgrade the level of education that we provide in BITS Pilani. So those were the points I had in mind. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Shyam, for your insights. Sir.
Yeah, so I think Shyam, thanks a lot for your valuable points. So in terms of the faculty attraction, actually, I think over the last few years, I can look back. I can see that there are several faculty members who have joined, especially Hyderabad and Goa campuses, who are working in the broad spectrum of semiconductor material characterization, developing the entire package tools, SoC sensors, and MEMS devices. Your question was what extra we are doing. I think there are 2-3 things which has helped to increase the bench strength in terms of faculty members. One of the first thing is that the new faculty seat grant. Just to tell you, Shyam, that BITS Plani system, a new faculty member can get as high as 40 lakh rupees seat grant, and 20 lakh rupees is non-competitive, and 20 lakh rupees is a matching grant if they get a project from outside. And we have seen that since Professor Rao has joined over the last, since more than 2 years. So I think this number has grown, and we have invested a lot of funds in terms of providing the new faculty seat grant as well as the internal grants to many faculty members. CREST itself has given, I think, around 20 odd projects to faculty members from the internal CREST projects, and some of the projects which we have covered in today's presentation. And there are 7 projects which have gone to the students. The idea is that so that they can make startups. So I think these are the few initiatives which have really helped us to increase the bench strength of faculty members, especially in the some of the areas of national interest. The equipment thing, I think certainly, I think it's a very interesting point to discuss, and I have seen this discussion in many forums. But I think definitely we should be self-reliant in terms of equipment, and we have started some delta steps in that direction. I think differentiator, which the first question you sort of asked, I think of course the clean room which we have and the infrastructure which we have currently, we may not be able to go down some micron level, but certainly we can go down to a few micron or several hundred nanometers, I would say. So in terms of the bench strength, in terms of the strength, I would say that number one is the material side of it. There is a huge faculty-based expertise and competencies across all 4 campuses in terms of material side of it, and number 2 in terms of developing the entire prototype. Professor Rao will be able to better explain this. Professor Rao.
Yeah, thank you. In fact, that's a very good point. I'm also very happy to see that the BITSIAN is heading Micron research in India. So I think we will touch base with you and take forward some of these discussions. But if you ask me, one of the strengths, differentiators for BITS is in terms of sensors and sensor platforms. Making complete sensor systems is one thing. We have been investing quite heavily on. In fact, there is a 80 crore, rather a $9 million project in Pilani campus, which is also around sensors and IoT. And the Hyderabad campus, the facilities are also, excellent when it comes to fabricating sensors and sensor systems. And some of us, me personally, have also been in the sensors area for a long time. And Shyam Mukherjee, who is director, is also into that area. So I think if you ask me, the differentiator is sensors and IoT.
Okay.
It is one thing, given our design expertise and fabrication expertise and a multidisciplinary nature of activities, that is one thing which I don't think anyone can claim to have any better expertise than us in the country.
Okay, that's good to know. Thank you.